What is going on, guys? We are back for another RTU video, and I say this in every video: when you think it can't get worse, it gets even worse. With RTU, he's scraping the bottom of the barrel, clinging on anything to stay relevant, to keep his career alive, even though it's dead on arrival. So we start off looking at his big retrospective project, the thing he spent hours into, spent money to boost it in the algorithm, and his first big project since Jay was fired. Last time, 11 days ago, he was at 41,000 views. That big project is now at 42,000 views. That is incredibly pathetic. But not only that, let's look at his recent videos. So we have refurbished PS5, 1 month, 28k views. Xbox has completely lost the plot, 1 month, 43k, that's even better. But then things really die off. 18k in a month, 26k in a month, 33k in 4 weeks. Number 2, he has 1 million subscribers on this channel. And for a man who always covers Phil, makes fun of Phil, and tells Phil, it's over, pack it up, we have the funniest turn of events. We have Richard Brunel is ReviewTechUSA, who says it's official. DSPGAMING has surpassed ReviewTechUSA in views. How's that victory going, Dickers? Then we see DSPGAMING, 210k subscribers. And for the month, 495,000 views. ReviewTechUSA, 1.03 million subscribers, 490,000 views. DSP is getting more views than you, Rich. DSP, the guy who jerked off on stream, is getting more views than you. So he did several streams, all of them Phil based, but we're the obsessed ones, remember. We have Maximus, who shows off one of Rich's streams, which is titled, Phil's got some good points here. Imagine that. ReviewTechUSA standing up for Phil. Then Max points this out. If you notice, Dickers has only been going live when y'all don't go live. At Kino Casino Clips. So the first image we see of his stream is him in a mental health awareness shirt. How appropriate. Snort Hogan, this motherfucker didn't wear a mental health awareness shirt, laugh my fucking ass off. Darkseid the Flow, we've arrived at the my mental health part of the Rich cycle. Of course, every time he streams, he'll have to address the Dropbox and the pics, because it's never going away. And we have this from John Riley. Rich is now claiming that a hacker modified the view dates on his Dropbox. He also claims that his ex and her kids would save all their old photos from their old phones to his Dropbox, and not the cloud storage. Why the hell do they have to use your Dropbox, Rich?
Someone broke, I will say one side, someone broke into my, I have a Dropbox. And when they weren't using cloud storage, my ex and her kids, when they traded in their phones, would save their photos and files that were on their phones to my Dropbox. Someone, which is, I was talking about this earlier on, it's a waste of fucking time even going to the police. Yeah, broke in and they went into those folders, which is fucking gross. Which, if anything, you could prove that before they went into those folders, were any of those files looked at? When was the last time those dates were modified? Anyway.
I'd like to point out, when his Discord was discovered for CP, he told people, call the FBI, and gave them the number. However, when someone breaks into his Dropbox and there's pictures of his ex's kids, underage, in bikinis, he doesn't say, oh, these sick motherfuckers are looking at these pics, they could have got these pics. Oh, fuck the police, they're not going to do anything. Can you imagine being the mother, or the stepfather, or even the biological father, and just be like, some random weirdo on the internet has pics of my kids? That would actually drive me crazy. Then, of course, he has to go on the offense against Kino Casino. We have Rent and Liar. So Rich's new defense against exposing himself for owning suggestive kid pics is accusing Kino Casino of rape? Before, it was very elite anonymous hackers capable of hacking a Dropbox. Now they're rapists.
Yeah. I backed up files, and that was it for no other reason, because phones were being traded in. Someone else raped somebody and pulled a condom off. I have no idea who that is. Weird. Who am I talking about?
Then we have this video here from Amos, straight up lying about Kino, and tags Andy Worski.
The jostler donated $5. Andy is a desperate cokehead who showed CP on a live stream, and PPP is tipster if he were a wannabe white supremacist. They can't get any actual dirt on you, so they have to create their own. They're drama farmers that create their own drama.
Yeah, and it's unsustainable. He's eventually going to fuck himself into a corner. Like, just talk about shit that actually happens, but if you have to go to this but the problem is they keep on going crazier and crazier, and it's like, to have your audience get their dopamine rush, you got to do crazier shit. And it's unsustainable. Split me like a Subway sandwich, let's go, so we could have diarrhea afterwards. Me and intro guy, it's like clockwork, man.
Oh, and by the way, Coxler, go fuck yourself, you RTU simp. Next up we have Rent and Liar. This was so bizarre. Randomly admits he's on meds. LOL, remember when he said we're all mentally ill losers? Just like Phil did.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to my physician about... No, there was a medication they gave me that was a non-stimulant that made me almost have a nervous breakdown. I had to get off of that one. I'm going to talk to them about another med. You're not trolling. Okay.
Then Rich's addictions are on full display here. John Riley. RTU claims he had to spend money he doesn't have on actual work shit. Edibles aren't needed for work, dumbass. Also claims he had plenty of misinformation about him put on the internet. Wow, who does that sound like? Who could that possibly sound like? And look at his pictures on the screen right now. Duh, duh, duh. That's Phil's laugh. You've admitted to stalking and doxing people along with other shit.
You feel like... Yeah, I just had to spend money that I don't quote-unquote have either, but I bought actual work shit. Like, when people find out that you're doing this, which we all know it's you at this point, Phil, okay? As a person who has had plenty of misinformation put out about me throughout the years on this platform, it is undeniable at this point that it is you. You have... Just alone the fact that you wouldn't just show your username in a game, but you would like show your... You would literally dox yourself in every other way. Show proves that you have something to hide. It's what you're spending your money on. And the fact that you use your lack of money as an way to incentivize your audience to give you money. You know how I'm going to make up for it, Phil? I'm going to stream more. Stream longer hours. Stop with your stupid fucking rigid schedule. Probably, you know what, Phil? Like, I'm not even... Like, if you probably just streamed, like, 3 days a week for, like, 12 hours a day, you'd probably make more money than streaming, like, 5 days a week in these stupid separate chunks you do each day. In my opinion. I might be wrong.
Now keep in mind, the guy who says, give me $50 and I'll take my shirt off, is telling the guy who says, give me $50 and I'll put glasses on, how to run his business. Next up we have Rent and Liar. This man is the laziest man alive. and he has this weird obsession of being perceived as busy all the time. He never reveals what he's doing to be so busy. It's a big secret so he can use it to be a victim, and you can't hold him accountable for being a lazy, deadbeat POS.
Dear God videos, I would love to. I'm doing okay, man. I know I need to get back to streaming. I need to get back to making money. It's not that I haven't been doing anything. By far, I have not been doing anything. I wish I was doing nothing. I've been just...
Then Rich's big plan to resurrect his career and turn everything around. He's gonna work on his music. He's gonna be a producer in rap. Now, I've heard his beats, and they are absolutely horrible. The only people who like it are his sycophant simps, like the cock slur, who like to sniff the farts out of his ass. I got Rent and Liar. This guy really nuked his easy career online, regurgitated gaming news, to chase a dream of becoming a rap producer, laughing my ass off. First creepy, morbidly obese man to ever make it in the rap game.
When I started full-timing this, I was an idiot. Just like I'm an idiot for trying to get in the music business when AI is taking over everything. But I'll do it, though, because I'm a talented motherfucker. Quantum TV put up a Best Buy tour video 5 hours ago. You're joking. You're trolling me.
Now we're gonna get a sample of Rich's talented motherfucker beats. We got Darksea. Remember how Rich said he was going to lay low for a year and talk to a financial advisor about a loan and work on his music? Well, here's a preview of the music he's been working on. I usually don't like to dunk on people for bad music, but this is trash.
What is that? Behind the scenes. Who up K Dot or Dizzy? I don't know who the hell they are.
I received 0 contribution.
Now keep in mind, he says us DSP detractors are obsessed with Phil and need to go outside and touch grass. He has Phil in his thumbnails when he's not even in the videos. All his streams are about Phil. He has merchandise of Phil. He makes music from Phil's audio. Whenever you donate to him, there's an audio clip from Phil playing. But we're the obsessed ones. Then we have this from Droopy Side Face. Making struggle beats in your parents' house isn't getting into the music industry. And there's never been an actual talented artist who called themselves talented. He has such a lofty view of himself when everyone else sees who he really is. A fat, creepy failure of a man. And then this is what I was talking about. Renton points this out again. The funniest shit about Rich rap producer dream is if you go to his channel of beats, there's fans that are straight up lying to him because they love ReviewTechUSA. It's legit insanity. Dudes who don't even listen to rap commentate in full paragraphs about how great it is. We have this here. Rich has apparently made a perfect beat. Things are looking up for RTU. Hopefully this beat can land him a record deal. Also reveals plans for the dead channel ReviewTechUSA. Can't wait to hear this Frankenstein ass beat. Same fucking trash beat over and over. Give it a rest, you fat, decomposed body fuck.
I got a beat that I'm working on that I think is S tier, but I'm not playing it until it's completely done. Yeah, I think the new setup. I think tomorrow I'm going to put up a video called I'm Not Dead on my main channel, so... one, to get some people to come here, and two, to make people realize that, no, the ReviewTechUSA they do is dead. But I will be doing things on that channel. I post beats on Il Capo.
So if you're ever wondering how his future is going to go as a rap producer, we're going to take a trip back to the past and look at the shitty raps that Rich has. That time, ReviewTechUSA remixed a rapper's song and got dunked on because it was so bad. Of course he copes by saying it's because he's white. Laugh my fucking ass off. So we have ReviewTechUSA here. New track I produced. Rome Streets, Hell Backwards remix, produced by ReviewTechUSA. So first off, he's using someone else's name, saying he produced their song, then puts that as a remix at the end. And also, if you notice, on the YouTube thumbnail, it's that person's face. I want to point out too, on the YouTube part, it says unofficial remix. He didn't have unofficial at first. He just had remix. So people were thinking that Rome Streets actually had this as his remix. And we have this here. Rome Streets has taken issue with an unofficial remix of his new Hell Backwards single that he's not messing with in the slightest. He targeted ReviewTechUSA for his whack remix of the hard-hitting tune on Monday with a scattering Twitter rant. Then we have Rome Streets. All y'all producers doing that Frankenstein shit to songs and make them sound worse need to stop. Y'all ain't doing shit. No justice. Keep your fucking science projects to yourself. Then he also puts out, if a lot of whack remixes, he just caught the bullet today, cause I'm tired of hearing these shits, it's about quality. If you follow me, you know I won't hesitate to promo a fire remix. I've done it countless times. Good is good and bad is bad. And then this is a continuation of that. So this is ReviewTechUSA talking about his remix from Rome Street. Show respect, get disrespected. Fuck him, my track is better than the original. Holy fucking shit. He wrote in a since deleted tweet, he went on to allege that Rome didn't appreciate him being a white middle-aged man rather than not actually liking the remix. I think it's because you seem to have a problem with my image rather than the productions I create. You're welcome for the extra publicity since people who listen to hip-hop who aren't incels didn't know who you were before this. So he's saying his remix was actually better than the original, which would piss me off. Then saying, I'm more famous than you, people didn't know who you were until you heard my remix. And then called people incels, which is coming from RTU, which is quite poetic. Then Rome Streets blocked him. Then we get into the delusions of grandeur, as Phil would say. John Riley. RTU tells a story about how he confronted a Mexican cartel while being surrounded by 4 hot women. Apparently, his reason for thinking they were in a cartel was because there was a jeep full of them.
Almost got shot when I'm there. No, I'm not kidding. Did I ever tell that story? I was walking. I was taking acting classes at UCLA. It was through some program, TVI Actor Studio. It's actually amazing. One of the best times of my life. I was walking with all these like hot women, and it must have been like cartel dudes. I'm not even playing. It was a jeep full of Mexicans, and I was walking with like 4 girls, or like 4 or 5 girls, and this Mexican dude was like, "Hey Holmes, you got 1 dick and 4 pussies. Share it with me." And this girl who was with me, she was like, "Fuck you," and I'm like, "Bitch, you bulletproof? I'm not. What? Just cheap." And then like this other one like screamed and got behind me, and it's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? You're the one who said fuck you. And then they just ended up driving away. It was no big deal. But I was like, no, I'm not pulling a Donald Trump, but they were there for nefarious purposes. Anyway.
So if you recall, when RTU was on Side Scrollers, and the whole conversation of him using the F slur came into play, him talking about he apologized for it, he never said it again. Then on every single stream, he was blasting Melanie Mac for it. He was blasting Travis from Side Scrollers. Well, it brings us to the current day. You went after Travis, you constantly go after Melanie Mac. Still, why is it okay for you to set the rules for people to engage in Discord? Listen, fat boy, you're not the arbitrator of what is and what isn't okay to say. Shut your fucking mouth. Of course, he's quoting John Riley here, who says, Rich agrees the F slur is okay to use as long as it's not malicious. I still remember when Rich got pissed and used the F slur maliciously.
Toyota Tacoma Wept donated $5. Listen, I think we can all come to an agreement that faggot is a funny word when not used maliciously. Like when Gabe Newell got the baggie of apple slices and yelled faggot shit. It's funny, it's gay approved.
Yeah, it's different than someone else that we won't mention that was desperately looking for a deal from Rumble and got it. I'm not gonna, name any names or anything, though.
Then we have this from Lipstick Larry. Dickers now shitted on Keffels on his live channel. What is even going on here? Didn't he go live with this degenerate and basically was buddy-buddy? Not even Dickers wants to praise Keffels. Ha 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 ha. Now keep in mind, this is what RTU does to people. This is how he manipulates people. So he knows people don't like him personally, so he'll go after someone who has a big hater base. Whether it be Melanie Mac or Keffels, LTG, Wings, Boogie, Keemstar, The Quarterin, Quantum TV, DSP. And he believes in the phrase, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So if I hate on them, automatically they'll like me hating on them. So that's why when the whole Jay thing happened, people actually like Jay. Now don't get me wrong, he's not a saint in this at all, but people actually like him compared to RTU. Now when you have someone like Keffels or Quantum TV or someone like that, he knows if he says something about them, he's automatically going to get people, simps if you will, to back him up. And that's what he does. He goes from person to person. If you notice, every single person he goes after has a huge hater base. But all of a sudden, he goes after Jay. He goes after 8-Bit Eric. He goes after Kino Casino. All of a sudden, people are hating on him. They're digging stuff up from the past. You notice how that is, Dickers? And it's all your fault, Rich. It's all your fault. Then we have Darksea to Flow here. Rich loves to complain that his trolls bring his kids into it. Motherfucker, you're sitting here on stream holding your kid, talking about sexual stuff and OnlyFans, weirdo. And then you have the gall to hold her up like a shield when anyone mentions how much of a shitty parent you are. Of course, this is an old clip, but we're going to show it here to show you the weirdness. Because remember, he has those pictures of those kids in the Dropbox. He says this stuff while holding his kid. See, one time is an incident and should never happen, by the way. But when it happens over and over, that becomes a pattern. A very disgusting pattern.
She's a girly. Can you get 5 farts? Yes, you can. Sweet Anita. Shiro, I don't get men who wouldn't date a girl with an OnlyFans. Can someone explain? I honestly wouldn't care. Women are like cake. No matter how many people look at them, they still taste just as good. Women are like cake. No matter how many people look at them, they still taste just as good. Well, you can't even really see her. The mic is blocking 90% of her face. Here's my take. It used to be different. I will admit that. I'd be like, nah, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle someone working on OnlyFans. And then, probably because now I know people, women that work in OnlyFans. I know there's dudes that do it too. I don't care. So long as they're faithful to me, let them make money off of it. If they can make money, they can make money. You know what I mean? Now, I wouldn't be okay if it got... Now I'm going to be G-rated and say if it got X-rated. Nah, that'd be... No. You know what I mean? But in terms of like, okay, they want to have like sexy shots or even like topless or whatever. Who cares? So long as they're faithful to you, what does it matter? But in terms of like, okay, they want to have like sexy shots or even like topless or whatever. Who cares? So long as they're faithful to you, what does it matter? You know? That like that's how I got especially after talking to someone and meeting them. Are you still awake? Yes, you are still awake. You're a girly. The hardest thing being a trucker is not seeing my kids for weeks. I see them multiple times a week. Even on the weekends that technically aren't mine, I always see them. I see them, maybe at most I've gone as like 5 days without seeing them.
Then Rich went on a half-an-hour segment about how his channel is pretty much dead and he's not successful anymore.
Like, look, I need to work. I'm not at a point where I'm like, I don't have Keemstar money. I would be hurting for a little bit, but that's life. That was, you know, shit happens. Yeah, I knew this day would eventually come, and it is what it is. But if you look at like numbers and stuff, like, yeah, I would get like when we were uploading consistently, like 3 million plus views a month, 2 to 3, let's say, and it was all right, but it wasn't sustainable. We were just talking to the same audience. Sell the channel to Crypto Bros.
And John with a very smart analogy. DSP is the WWE champions, as RTU is the edibles. Then Snort Hogan shows this off. So RTU streams got 5.7k views. Snort Hogan's video on that covering it got 6.1k views. You really are turning a DSP when your detractors have more views than you. And Darkseid tops it off by saying, "Cry harder, Michelle So Gucci." Then the memes started rolling in. So we have this one from Juraku. We got a picture of DSP with his wife on the left. RTU looking like he should be on the register more than usual on the right. Owns his own home. DSP, yes. RTU, no. Happily married. DSP is checked off as yes, but I would say no to that. RTU, no. Doesn't make his elderly parents take care of his kids. DSP, correct. RTU, no. The name of his channel reflects the type of content he makes. DSP, yes. RTU, no. Gave the other guy over 400 cuck bucks. DSP, no. RTU, yes. And this is a throwback clip here, courtesy of Dipshit Phil, where RTU lost it and got angry and physically hit his desk.
Fuck you, shut the fuck up and be stupid and don't talk. And don't breed either, because you're dumb and your kids will be dumb. Sick of it. Sick of it.
Then people started doing movie posters. So we have Nerd Brew with juniors with DSP and RTU. Next up we have twins with DSP and RTU. Then we have Step Brothers with RTU and DSP. Then we have Dent and Denter with the two of them. Then we have something that might be used in the future, To Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen and RTU. And then finally we have this from DJR24. Rich, if he was caught by Chris Hansen during his stream.
How's it going?
Good.
I'm gonna have you move over to that bed right over there. Have a seat, man. Just turn.
So what a wacky, wild ride that was. How lower can he go? I guess we'll find out. If there's any updates, I'll let you guys know. So don't forget to click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. Subscribe to my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.